Hello, friends. So, today I wanted to talk to you about 7 tips to maintain a positive life. So, just like our physical health, our mental and mind health is the same way, right? If we take a good in, we're taking good out. So, if we're bringing good in, then we are bringing good out. Just like our bodies, if we take garbage in, we're going to bring garbage out and we'll feel like crap, right? Our mind is the same way. We want to bring all the good in, so then good just exudes out of us. So our physical health we tend to that the exact same way, really, that we need to tend to our mental health and our mind health. So, the first tip I want to share with you is positive self talk. How many of you just, you walk around and sometimes you find yourself just talking these negative self-talk stuff to ourselves, and then we start believing these limiting beliefs and placing that on us, right? So I want to encourage you. Number one is the positive self-talk. And how do we do that? We start our morning right off with some affirmations. I am huge, guys. If you have been in my community for any length of time, you know I am a huge advocate for affirmations. If you are in my membership group, if you're not, click the link below this video and come join, because a subscription box gets mailed out to my members. And in that box this month is a t-shirt and affirmations, and it's for them to put on their mirror, because when you are looking at that first thing in the morning, you are saying right off the bat, I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Or you could say, I feel terrific. I feel terrific. I feel terrific. I know sometimes, like, my husband and I will get up and we might have a little bit of a different ache than what we may have had yesterday. But you know what? We do not focus on that. We're like, we are alive and we are well. We feel terrific, because what you focus on expands. So you want to be very, very careful on what you're thinking about and what you're focusing on and what that self-talk is doing for you. So positive self-talk. I like myself. I can do it. I feel terrific. And I love to give like analogies. And one analogy that I love to do is like what my husband and I are doing right now is planting a physical garden of like tomatoes and cucumbers and squash, zucchini, right? So our mind is like a garden. We want to tend to it every single day. We want to tend to it so it grows those beautiful flowers, or it grows those fresh vegetables. But what happens if we don't tend to our garden? Those weeds start to creep in, and they creep in and then they'll suffocate it. So think of your mind as the flower garden that you want to tend to every single day, so it can be the most beautiful, beautiful flowers that you can possibly have. So, one, that's positive self-talk. Think about it as a garden. And that goes to my second tip, as a visualization. Because when you visualize, if you sit there, I talk so much on meditation, right? And the reason why I do that is because meditation, it makes your mind quiet so you can visualize. So if you sit there in your, like, I call it your hour of power, but it can be 5 minutes as well. You're sitting there and you're visualizing, where do I see myself? How do I want people to see me? How do I visualize me being out in the world and people seeing me? Or how do I visualize my goal I want to reach? If you are on a health journey, how do I visualize myself in that beautiful dress I want to fit into? And for me, it was fulfilled after 50 was a visualization. I visualize each and every single woman that is in my community. I visualized my subscription box, what I wanted it to look like, how I wanted my women to feel when they received it. So it's all about visualization and then it coming to life. Again, what you focus on expands. And so that leads me to number 3 tip, which is surrounding yourself with positive people, because that is what controls your self-talk. Believe it or not, if you are surrounded by a constant negative person or some toxicity, it's like that sort of comes into your garden of weeds, right? So we want to surround ourselves with positive people that are going to lift you up and inspire you and encourage you and support you, but help you grow into being the best version of you that you can be. And you can only do that when you're surrounded with positive people. And then the 4th one is positive mental food. What is that? Positive mental food. It's just like when we focus on what we eat, but our positive mental food is the books that we are reading. It is the audible books we are listening to. It's the podcasts that you are listening to either while you're walking your dog, in your car. Guys, when I am in my car, for one, I'm listening to praise worship music, or I am listening to a podcast that I can learn from, because it is proven that when you are learning something new, your brain releases a hormone that is called endorphins. Endorphins is that happy hormone. So when you are learning something new, it is releasing those endorphins in your brain to make you happy. And so that goes on to my 5th tip, which is positive learning. It's growing. And it's being around those top 5 people that will make you better today than you were yesterday. So that's positive learning, which means positive growing. And then our 6th tip is positive health habits. Positive health habits. That this is all I talk about usually, right? As our positive health habits. And our mental health habit is just as powerful as our positive health habit. But our positive health habits can be like just walking, just lifting weights, just doing some cardio, and just doing a workout online with somebody. Like, the workouts have been amazing during this time of quarantine. You can go on and find virtually any kind of workout you want to do: yoga, meditation, a HIIT routine, which is high intensity cardio. Or if you are just walking 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week, that's over 200 minutes a week that you are working out. That's incredible. So it's like those positive health habits. What can you do today that can make a positive impact? And then the 7th tip is to rest and recharge. Excuse me, I got sneeze. Sorry. Excuse me. I am so sorry. Normally I'd edit it out, but hey, it is like pollen season around here, and I could probably do this take 100 times and I'm still going to sneeze because of the pollen that the season we are in. But the 7th tip is rest and recharge. If you think about it, if you are getting like a poor night's, sleep, and your kids have been sick, or you've been sick, or your husband's been sick, and you're just grouchy. You're in a mental fog. You can't think clearly. You cannot make the best decisions. So therefore, you're eating unhealthy because your rest has not recharged you or recharged your brain cells. So the seventh tip is probably one of the most important to our positive way of life, is to rest and recharge. I would love for you to drop in the comments below if any of these tips can make an impact on you, and what's one that you can take away that you will start implementing today, because it's so critical. Our mental health leads to our physical health. Our physical health leads to our mental health. They go hand in hand. So I'd love for you to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please be a subscriber. I deliver so much valuable content that you can incorporate into your life each and every day. And if you are not subscribed to my podcast, please go to that and hit subscribe. You can get it on Stitcher and iTunes. You can get it on Google and YouTube as well. All right, have an awesome, amazing day. And remember, tend to your garden.